Good morning. On behalf of UAB, I would like to warmly welcome you to the December 2014 UAB commencement. I extend greetings to President Watts, members of the Board of Trustees, Vice Presidents and Deans, UAB faculty and staff. Shout out to the greatest graduates in the world, UAB class of 2014. And a special welcome and thanks to family, friends, and mentors. You know, upon learning that I have been given the prestigious honor of delivering the undergraduate commencement address, I was overcome with all types of emotions. The first was jubilation, but the most lasting was fear. Although I've spoken and performed many times to large groups, there was something about this that seemed monumentally overwhelming. Then I was reminded of the late Dr. Maya Angelou's words, "People will forget what you did, they will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel." And in that quote, I found comfort as I knew that I could easily express the emotions we all feel on this occasion. But still, what was I qualified to speak about? I thought about the institution from which I was graduating, UAB, a place that as a child I never dreamed for which I'd be accepted, let alone excel. Only in an institution as remarkable as this would some poor black kid from Pratt City have the opportunity to deliver a commencement address. This was a part of my purpose. That's it, purpose. The reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists is its purpose. I recently learned a valuable lesson on the subject of purpose. This wasn't from my loving father or my beautiful grandmother or my dear aunt, but from my adorable 4-year-old nephew, Chance. You see, one day I had decided that I would take Chance into the park. It was going to be our day, and nothing was going to be off limits. I was going to let him be as free as he wanted to. At some point throughout the day, though, it started to rain extremely hard, and I said, "Come on, buddy, let's go to the car." On the way, I saw the biggest puddle of dirt and water ever. Then, splash! The bottoms of my pants were soaked and wet. And right when I was about to say, "Chance, and don't!" splash. See, it was too late. He had already done it. And all I could think was, man, my sister is going to kill me. You see, he saw me jump in a puddle, and he did it. And in that moment, I was reminded of James Baldwin's words, "Children have not been very good at listening to their elders, but they have never failed to imitate them." And in that moment, I realized that my purpose was to be an example for those who are watching and hoping to imitate my actions. Thus, my purpose for being here today. There's another part to this purpose. This year, my senior year, has been very challenging for me. It wasn't difficult because the classes were harder or because of the general academic challenges we all face. This year, I almost gave up. I almost said I'll try this school thing another time. However, I kept thinking, what was I going to say when Chanson asked, "Uncle Tez, why didn't you finish college?" Was I going to give him the excuses that my senior year I witnessed a terrible crime, I was the victim of another terrible crime, or I was involved in a terrible car accident and I felt like I just couldn't take it anymore? Or was I going to use those examples to explain to him one day that in life bad things may happen to you? Unfortunate things which you can't explain, but you never give up. You never quit. Look around this room. There are fellow graduates who have gone through unimaginable things, unfathomable things, yet they sit beside us awaiting their degree and celebrating this moment with us. There are those among us who have failed and kept going. Nearly all of us have doubted ourselves at some point along this journey. Each of us are living examples for the chances of this world. Each of us have been courageous as we have kept fighting for our goals and our dreams. Life is full of barriers, some psychological, some social, some physical. But remember that all barriers have weak spots. All barriers can be broken. Part of what we have learned through this remarkable UAB education is how to confront these barriers, finding ways to overcome our personal struggles, learning that we can overcome our obstacles to reach our goals. This is where our dreams live. This is where success exists. I'll leave you with these words. I already know what it feels like to nearly give up. But this is what happens when you don't. I already know what it feels like to nearly give up. But this degree is what happens when you don't. That job is what happens when you don't. Success is what happens when you don't, and your purpose is what you find when you don't. Congratulations, class of 2014.